Open a NetBank My Goals and Just Save account. Register on netbankcup.co.za to stand a chance of winning money, 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 money. Welcome to my FANS Wethu TV. It's the NetBank Cup. Orlando Pirates 2, SuperSport 2. Orlando Pirates wins via penalties. I'm joined by Takucho.
Tibo my brother Winjan.
Nimnandi.
Ithi ngibulise Asanda. Ngibulise Spicho. Ngibulise uTalent. Ngibulise Ntwana enkulunkulu, Ntwana Kreste, Ntwana Alkhanyane. La iduze uTaps. Ngibulise uPhD. Still, we are fighting no one. We are just trying to fix South African football. No, Still, I thought we should do that introduction. Because Junior Kanye remains one of our own. So we thought that we should appreciate him. And also try and fix.
Don't care who says what. Junior Kanye.
No, we're fighting no one. We're trying to
fix South African football.
Yeah, no. I think still, let's try and fix South African football.
Boring game?
No. Firstly, it cannot be a boring game, Stivo. It cannot be a boring game today. We played SuperSport that just defeated Kaizer Chiefs 4-1.
Yes.
So this is a very strong team that we're playing with. Yep. So we shouldn't take SuperSport for granted, more especially because we're playing in their home base. So we were the visitors today. Yeah. So look, today's game, we came in today not so much prepared in terms of the way the game ended up. Yes. But if you go through the game, still going to the first half, we should have clinched the game in the first half. That's true. We had several opportunities in the first half. We played very well. Yeah. I think Talent Mbata in the first half had a lot of forward passes that tried to open SuperSport. Yes. We just couldn't actually access SuperSport. And then we also had in the first half, Nkota, especially in the first 10 minutes, where he had brilliant moves that could have actually capitalized. Yeah. But I think today we must be honest in terms of our analysis. Mwanasesi, I think, was not up for the game. I think he was not. I don't think he camped. Yeah. So I think there was clearly something wrong with Mwanasesi today. Yeah. Even though he scored the goal, he missed, I think, 4 clear opportunities that he could have actually buried the game. So I think coming to today's Tivo, we nearly lost a match that was ours. Yeah. You see, so I think our analysts are not seeing that in the first half that game should have actually been killed. Yeah. Should have won that game. But I think, look, the young Ndlozi, for me, was brilliant today. That boy's quality. Look, the manner that he receives the ball, his first touch, his class. And then at the back, we had Koki, who I believe today played very well also. I think a lot of supporters are putting a lot of pressure on him, not forgetting that he's been out for almost a year. Yeah. He's only coming back now, and I think we should give him a bit of time to actually get match fit. Yeah. He's coming back at a very critical time where we need him, but I think supporters need to be a bit patient with Koki. He's been there consistent for us for years, and I think we do not need to be against him mainly because of fitness, because we are now rushing him based on our bench not being capable or other players not being capable being there. Yeah. But I think today we should also speak about the absence of Sibisi, who I think is a leader at the back. We conceded 2 goals. I think we have not considered so much goals with him. Only, I think, the game of Sundowns where we considered a lot. But I think today we missed CBC there at the back. But I think the young Mbogazi, the guy is brilliant. The guy is doing well for us. The guy is on form. I think the guy is the man of the moment. He is playing very well. So we should just support him and give him the support that he needs. Don't throw him into the deep hole where the dogs will bite him. So I think we need to protect the young man. On the left, we had the computer himself today. He continuously shows us that he's not affected by any virus. He works, he works his socks off. But by the way, he was playing in his hometown today, so I think he was very confident and excited. Even after the game, we shared a moment with him. He was quite happy to play in his hometown, and even said that don't talk to me in any other language, but in my home language. So that's how happy he was to be playing here. So I think. Computer for us today, he did very well. And then in the middle, we had Makaula, who for me today, I believe that was average throughout the game. Didn't win those balls like we know him. A lot of people don't really understand the character that Makaula gives us at Pirates, But those who watch the English Premiership, those who have watched N'Golo Kante, he is a similar type of player to N'Golo Kante who intercepts and win balls. But today, I think he was not there much. But even though he played a bit in the first half, but in the second half we're totally off, especially when Mbata went off and Masele came in. That's where that 30 minutes SuperSport played with us. They dominated us and we offered nothing. So we lost the game there. So I think the substitution of Mbata today, for me, I saw it as a critical substitution. Though he was injured, but it affected us in terms of performance. So I think the game, the way it changed is when Mbata went off. And then the coach further deepens the wounds by taking out the likes of Relay, who are counter-attack specialists, So at moments where we're suffering, we needed people to help us in terms of pace. So the coach withdraws them, brings in Shandu. I think today Shandu also, he offered us a bit of nothing. It didn't do much. I think the coach keeps risking Shandu and is destroying the player by playing him on the right wing in advanced role. Shandu, most of the time, I think I've watched him in the past 3 games where he was playing. He's the only player that is always caught offside. You see, so we need to be honest about his performance, because he's trying by all means to go and be the missing piece in the final third. Not understanding that he needs to sit on the line and wait for the balls in order to bring in crosses. We don't want him to score, we want him to create. So I think the coach is getting it wrong in terms of Shandu, where we have Shandu just going to add a number in front rather than having a winger who's going to play. Take nothing away from the brilliant Nkota today, who actually played well in the first half. I think in the second half, like everyone, like all the players were a bit off. We were pressed. I think Andre Arendse got it correct in the second half. I think in the second half he got it correct. He added more numbers, brought in Mawoe to come and add in a number, a player that does not easily lose the ball. And then he became difficult, especially where our 2 midfielders were now forced to sit back. You see, now you have Mosele, you have Makaula, who are now sitting back now, and SuperSport is trying to hold the ball in their half and be creative from their half and come to us. So they were a bit dangerous today. I think the approach in the second half from Riviero, I think he got it a bit incorrect. And then also in the extra time, we offered nothing, because the minute we took out Mufugeng, in the extra time we have Shandu, who didn't offer much, but also Mahopa today, like I said, he kept Mahopa in the game for too long. I thought he wanted to use him as a penalty taker, but I don't. After the game, I don't now understand why did we keep Mahopa for so long. Even though he scored today, even though he went to score a penalty. Oh, by the way, he scored a penalty, Mahopa. Even though he went to score a penalty, I mean, I don't appreciate players like Mayela, but penalties, they are very good in terms of them. They could have just taken penalties, but we should have introduced Mabasa. I don't know why he was not introduced today. Especially in the first half, where we're we're normally dominating games that need people like Mabasa, because they are finishers. So we needed a finisher. Today, Mahopa showed us that finishing is not his strongest point, but holding the ball is his strongest point, creating is his strongest point. So where we had opportunities that we wanted him to finish, there was a ball where you just needed to sit it, but he wanted to trap and he wanted to hold the ball. So I think today, in terms of the game, Siwo, I would want to say that our technical team didn't really get it correct, but a win in a cup game that takes us to a semi-final, we'll take it, and we'll take it as a result, not as a good result, but we'll march on to the next game, where hopefully we'll meet a stronger contender, and then hopefully go into the final.
Man of the match?
Look, today in terms of the man of the match, I'll give it to Mbogazi, who I believe that was not supposed to have been substituted. He played very well, but I think the goal that he scored, Stiwo, I think it's no way in this country. It's a goal of class. By the way,
that goal was 20,000 rands for the supporters.
Definitely, maybe I'm the winner. I don't know, because we've been on the road swiping and playing the drawing, going into the banks, doing everything with taps, just to make sure that we are part of the running. Yeah, so we have read all those rules. We have tried to participate. We are just asking NetBank also to assist us and tell us who is winning, because we have not seen who's winning.
Exactly.
You see, we have just been participating, but we are not seeing the man.
Progress.
You know, I think it can actually help us.
Saleng is winning. What if Saleng is winning them?
Oh, but Stiwo, you know, I'll show you the slips that we swapped with. Ask Tabs, bro. Yesterday we even had to activate a card.
Yeah.
We were even transferring money between each other.
Tickets for the 16 games.
Yeah, with this NetBank card. So we even bought the game for the 16 of Sundowns with this NetBank card. So,
no message.
How was Stiwo?
And anything that...
And imagine his goals versus...
saves.
And China was saving. By the way, Stiwo, before I finish, China today, my brother. China, I think today I messed it up for us. I think we need to be honest about China. China is a bit too confident at some moments.
Yes.
I think he's now not... I think the technical team has told him that he's our number one.
Yeah.
He feels no competition. I think today he got it wrong. I think the first goal was not even supposed to be there.
Yes.
Because that first goal is what brought SuperSport back in the second half.
Yes.
You know, so... China, I don't understand what were you going to do there, you know, because that is what we call miscalculation.
Yeah.
And you can't miscalculate that long ball. You know, he likes going out recently. I think he's also trying to play as a sweeper, which we understand. I was telling coach during the game that I understand him pushing up.
Yeah.
When we don't when we have the ball,
yeah,
because it closes the space between the defender and us so that the space does not become long.
Yeah.
But the minute we lose the ball, he needs to go back to his post.
It's true.
You see that he needs to go back to his post and go stand and wait for the ball. So I think China today, the coach. He got it wrong. I think they need to really go back into the drawing board with him because I think today he was not there. But also take nothing away from Dion Hoto.
Yeah.
Today, Hoto forever outstanding. The guy is doing well for us. The guy is performing. Look.
Yes.
In China, there's this train that is compared to what do you call how train. It's faster. It moves at speed seconds. That one, you know. I think we need to find the name of that train and give it to Hoto, because this man is a special kind. The man never gets tired. Look, I know. We must appreciate the scouts that went to fetch Hoto into South Africa, because there are some players that are international that we don't understand what is international about them. Yeah. You see, because for example, if you go international as Stiwo, you really need to bring in somebody who's going to add in an impact. Some players, we see them, they are from international, but they are sitting on the bench. I mean, how do you come from, why do you go buy somebody outside for him to come and sit on the bench? You see, let's not speak of names, but we know Boranga, they are international players, but they are sitting on the bench, you know. So that is a problem. You get me? So we need to, players that we buy them from abroad, they need to come and add in impact in the PSL. They don't have to add in numbers, because those numbers are an impact of salaries of South Africans that could have been taxed here. You see, so we are fixing South African football. People need to ensure that South Africans are prioritized, because we are going to play. AFCON now in June. Yes. Most of Sundowns last year had 8 players that were playing in Bafana Fan. Yes. But today now it's only 4 who are playing and are contenders. They have added more Brazilians in that team now. So now what is happening to the development of South African football? Right. You see, so we really need to be honest about it. That now this World Cup that they are claiming that they are going, they are now going, but they are not going with the team that made them to go there. They are going with a different team. So and for me, that thing. As a South African football lover, it's very painful, Stiwo, because we can't have players, South African players being destroyed. For example, Libusa. They bought in Suarez. He's a similar type of player to Libusa. He's a defender. He's a defender. I mean, why spend a lot of money going to buy what you have? You get me? You have the young Koza. You have Mvala. Mvala now's career is destroyed. He's not going to play in AFCON because he doesn't have space at Sundowns because they've got a Brazilian who's sitting there at the back, who's sitting there earning a lot of money. Let him go compete in Brazil. I think, what do you call Allende being at Sundowns, I see the impact that he's bringing because midfielders were short of that skill, you know, but they were not short of a skill of defenders.
Thank you, Takuto.
Thanks, Tatibo.
Thank you.